Hello and welcome to Real Economy. This week we're in North Macedonia in the capital Skopje. The country has received 160 million euros in emergency loans from the EU, known as macro-financial assistance, to help stabilise the economy following the pandemic. The Balkan country is a candidate to join the EU, and I'm going to be speaking to the Prime Minister, Dimitar Kovacevski, about the reforms they put in place to get the financial help. But first, our reporter Guillaume Desjardins is finding out what the job situation is like for young people here.
Macro-financial assistance seeks to stabilise a country's economy during times of crisis. For North Macedonia, it was used to mitigate the economic shock caused by the pandemic. The furloughing of large numbers of workers resulted in a kind of scissor effect. On the one hand, there was sluggish fiscal income, and on the other, it led to a sharp increase in public expenditure. Added to that, foreign direct investment dried up, cutting the country's trade balance. Since 2005, North Macedonia's youth unemployment rate has been steadily falling, but in 2020, it shot up again. Maria, 23, found a job thanks to the EU's youth guarantee put in place by the country's agency for job seekers.
Of course, it was a stressful time to start your career in the pandemic, especially for young people. I'm actually getting more and more confident, especially seeing that there are a lot of programs which are supporting our country.
But Maria admits some of her friends haven't been as fortunate.
It was very easy for me, but unfortunately that's not the situation with a lot of other Macedonian young people. Some of them have a very harder time to find a great opportunity, so it is still not the best here.
The first tranche of macro-financial assistance was sent as emergency relief. For the second payment, North Macedonia had to meet a list of conditions. That included setting up a youth unemployment unit. But what exactly does the unit do?
They participate first in development of the active labor market measures within the operational plan and how we can better target young people with these active labor market measures that we have. They are also responsible for coordination of the jobs of youth counselors within the local employment office and, of course, for the monitoring and reporting of the youth guarantee.
The 160 million euros in emergency loans has helped North Macedonia navigate a tough economic period, but it's hoped the benefits will be long-lasting.
The money was needed for that period in order to finance some of the budgetary needs and balance of payment needs. But on the other side, the reforms are the ones that are staying and will have a positive impact on the country. So these reforms, I think, that should give their impact not only on the short run, but also on the mid-run and long run.
Now in its fourth decade, the EU recently deployed 1.2 billion euros in macro-financial assistance to Ukraine. The bloc's economy chief, Paolo Gentiloni, says such support is crucial.
Of course, we have an interest in the stability of the area. Stability for migration, stability for peace, etc. And finally, we have an enormous interest as trading partners of these countries because the member states of the European Union are by large the main trade partner of all these countries.
So, as you just heard, macro-financial assistance helps the EU's neighbouring countries like North Macedonia improve their financial stability, but it does come with conditions. Here's your crash course on exactly how it works.
Macro-financial assistance is the name given to emergency financial help from the EU to neighbouring countries to stabilise their economies. Over the last 30 years, there have been 77 MFA operations worth 16 billion euros, helping 27 countries. The most recent is 1.2 billion euros to Ukraine, in solidarity with the Ukrainian people. The MFA comes mainly in the form of loans with highly favourable terms and low interest rates. To get the money, countries must have signed up to a financing programme with the IMF, meet conditions for respecting human rights and anti-corruption, and implement democratic, economic and governance reforms. The wider goal is to help ensure stability and prosperity beyond the EU.
I'm here at the government building in Skopje to meet with the Prime Minister and to find out what macro-financial assistance has meant for the country. Prime Minister, many thanks for being with us here on Real Economy.
Many thanks for your visit and the possibility to be guest at the new Euronews.
How much of a difference has the EU's macro-financial assistance made to the country?
The EU's micro-financial assistance helped a lot to us, not only from the perspective of a pure financial assistance, but also it helped to continue the reforms which we have started in the field of public finance management and in the other fields. But it also gave a clear signal to the other international and financial institutions and donors with whom we are cooperating that we have a stable economic policy in times of crisis.
How difficult were those reforms to implement?
The fight against the crime and corruption has given results as we have improved our position on the Transparency International reports. We have now went into a country which has democratic conditions in it, because in the past there were deficiencies in the democratic procedures in the country, and we are very, very happy because of this.
How do you ensure that the reforms don't stop here, that they're fully implemented going forward?
We have ensured that with the European Union and European Commission institutions, we have regular coordination, so we have regular reporting. We also worked a lot on the implementation of internal mechanisms in the country and in the public institutions in order to ensure that these reforms are done.
Now, North Macedonia is a candidate to join the EU. The next step is accession talks. How hopeful are you that they will begin soon?
North Macedonia has a clear strategic goal to become a full member of the Euro-Atlantic associations. Last year we celebrated the 30th anniversary of our independence, and this was accompanied by becoming the 30th member of NATO. We are already at the 17th year and still not starting the negotiations. Unfortunately, last year there was another challenge which was imposed by the former Bulgarian government. With the two new governments, we started a new dialogue. So together with the Prime Minister of Bulgaria, we already had a meeting in Skopje in order to bring back the trust and the confidence.
Prime Minister, thank you very much indeed for your time and for speaking to us on Real Economy.
Thank you very much.